Hello, hello, is audio video good? We're here starting out at the Pioneer Square, Nordstrom's and Starbucks. I believe those are Hilton's and Bank Towers, Pioneer Courthouse. Just a couple blocks away from the Justice Center. I'll walk in there in just a second once I make sure this live stream's working. Right on, all good, thank you. Doing my first multi-stream tonight. I'm doing Twitch and Facebook. Finally starting to get all the glitches out of the way that these apps have or that I'm causing. So hopefully things will start running more smoothly. FU45, I don't know what that means. So we'll walk from the Pioneer Square, block and a half down to Apple Store. I don't see a number of viewers. It says 0 on here. Obviously that's wrong. I see one person in the chat. Alicia, is that right? Alicia Aphrodite. Are you able to see the number of people in the chat on your end, or is that just something I can see? Our viewers. Misbehaving, thank you. Assume you're the same Misbehaving from Twitter, right? Alright, I don't know if it's just not going to let me see the number of viewers because I'm doing a multi-stream or what, we'll see. Is there anybody in here watching on Facebook yet? Is anybody able to confirm whether I'm successfully live on Facebook as well? Here's the Apple Store. Boarded up for about a month now. That is the Pioneer Square Mall, the first building. It's the building that they broke into on the Friday the 29th of May. How you doing?
How are you?
You good? That right there is the second building from the Pioneer Mall. The Sky Bridge connects them, and there's also a tunnel that goes underground that connects them. The basement floor is shared by both buildings. Facebook is up, right on. Thank you guys. Cool. Let's see how I like multi-streaming. I think there's a different audience that watches things on Facebook or the different apps in general. I think Twitch is going to be a more social media, tech-savvy crowd or a younger crowd. And Facebook is going to be, from what I see, maybe older, or people that don't use social media very much, or people that don't download too many apps. But definitely don't like losing my viewer count feature. That's like a big negative for me for streaming multi. I like to see how many people are watching at a glance. It's a little warm out right now. I almost wore a sweatshirt and took that off. Still sweating a little bit. The first time I've seen, I got the door open. This whole wall here has been boarded off for at least a month. I guess it's a little tiny shopping center, business plaza in there. Yeah, I think it depends on your follower crowd, because the Facebook page hasn't been developed too much yet. And then Twitch Crossing the street here real quick. Twitch is seems to be a lot easier to get a bunch of followers real quick. But, we'll see. So I wanted to come down a little earlier tonight and try to see if I might be able to interview a different demographic. See who's down there right now. I hear there's possibly a right-wing event this weekend. If that happens, that'll be really awesome for me to go there and get a chance to interview the largely opposite demographic that I've been interviewing. We'll see. So, for those of you that weren't watching last night or aren't following the internet, last night, later in the evening, there was a car. A bunch of people were on the back on 2nd Street, kind of trying to get the police headquarters attention. And this car came menacing through the area. They were driving an S curve all the way from one curb to the opposite curb on the other side of the street and back, trying to just get attention and cause a ruckus and freak people out a little bit. People were gathered in the road at one point, and everybody was running out of the road. I don't know if he was necessarily actually trying to hit anybody, other than just trying to menace. But he went around the block and then came up in the area from another street and was doing the same thing. And then I heard a loud bang. I think the car was right about in this area. And then several people said that somebody had thrown something at the vehicle. So he drove up here to this Y here, right in front of the foundation for the former elk statue. And he parked his car there, got out, had a verbal altercation with a bunch of people in a crowd. It avoided turning into a physical fight. He got back in his car and then drove east on Main Street, emptied a revolver into the air. Came pretty close to shooting a guy. As he drove by, he was pretty close to a guy standing in the road. So that was pretty freaky. What really bothered me is that not many people seemed to have any situational awareness or aware of what just happened and what was going on. Nobody ducked, nobody ran for cover. So I just hope something like that doesn't actually happen, because I don't know, people didn't seem prepared to protect themselves from something like that. The orange cones here used to be metal horse posts with chain. How long ago did they remove those? You talking about this right here? Zombie girl? The other block. Oh, those? Yeah. During the last month of riots, the chains have been removed. I don't know who removed those. And then up on 4th Street up there, going that way, all the poles have been removed from that side. They've just got the little metal stubs sticking up at the ground where the poles slide over the top. I don't know how easy these things come up, or if they had to be removed. Yeah, they're pretty solid on there, so they have to be removed with tools or something. But yeah, just several weeks ago, all these chains were still on here, so I assume the city may have removed those to maybe prevent more injury and falling from running crowds. But then this whole street here, they're all removed. I don't know when that happened. I just noticed it a couple weeks ago. But all the chains have been removed. Yeah, that's what I thought a few times too, looking at those little nubs coming up. Definitely potential for good injury. Kind of muggy out here today. I like heat, but my backpack and my gear on me, kind of gotta choose a clothing layer and not kind of stick to it for a couple hours. But anyways, blah blah blah. It's muggy and steamy outside right now.
No peace.
So granted, it's pretty early. The barbecue guy is over there on Southwest 2nd and Salmon. He's got a little crowd of people. Basically, all the people in the park over there right now are just kind of, for the most part, street people. There's a few activist types in there. And then this park over here, there's only got a few people in it. It looks like mostly activist types. So there's a few dozen people here.
No justice, no peace. Fuck these racist ass police. No justice, no peace. Fuck these racist ass police. No justice, no peace. Fuck these racist ass police. No justice, no peace. Fuck these racist ass police. No justice, no peace. Fuck these racist ass police. No justice, no peace. Fuck these racist ass police. No justice, no peace. Fuck these racist ass police. No justice, no peace. Fuck these racist ass police. No justice, no peace. Fuck these racist ass police. No justice, no peace. Fuck these racist ass police. No justice, no peace. Fuck these racist ass police. No justice, no peace. Fuck these racist
I think
ass police.
they were asking for $50 million reduction in the police budget. I don't know if this is confirmed or not, but somebody was saying that they reduced the budget by $5 million. Don't know. Yeah, that's been interesting to me. Usually, the protests in Portland have counter protests, almost every protest that happens. But not that I know of, I might have missed one, but I haven't seen any counter protests in this whole 40, I think this is 43 days today. So I'm gonna swap this app off my screen real fast and see if I'm able to do that, so I can peek at Twitch and peek at Facebook. If it goes down, I'll pop back up in just a second. So did the stream shut down when I popped into the other apps, or am I able to do that? Great. Looks like I got about 3 Facebook viewers and 55 Twitch viewers right now. No, there's nobody really here yet. Nobody gets here this early to these Portland things. Which is interesting because it's been so different. Portland's been protesting like crazy for years. I know that I started noticing the Portland protests when they started getting violent before Trump's election, and the many different events since then. Usually they were like day events, It's like a all day, daytime event, and not much happened at night, but these things have been evening demonstrations for I think 43 days now, with no counter protests.
Black lives matter! 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 Black lives matter!
Hello. Hello. Can I interview you? No? Hey man, can I interview you for my live stream? No? Alright. What about you, bud? You want to do an interview on my live stream? Anybody? Anybody got anything to say for the live stream? I interview you? No? No takers. Here's the rib shack. The guy that cooks that stuff up. It's a few guys, an older gentleman, two younger guys. They all seem to be pretty good people. So just go take a look at the graffiti. Orientation. Here's Southwest 3rd and Southwest Salmon in downtown Portland, Oregon. If you guys aren't from the area or know the area, you can hop on your Google Maps real quick and get a good orientation of where all this is happening. It's a small little area. Down that block there, you see this overhang here. That's part of the Portland World Trade Organization. I think it's a 4-block area. Everything, all the buildings you see down there are part of that. And this is the federal building. It's been thoroughly tagged and graffitied. Pretty much everything around pretty close to here has been. Actually, I say that, and these buildings don't look so bad. This is just a vacant basement lot to a building that was torn down. This is Southwest 3rd and Salmon. Here is the northwest corner of the federal building. I think this is the Mark Hatfield United States Courthouse. Last Sunday, they came and had a very, very large construction crew come, and all this flat panel you see is usually open glass from floor to ceiling. Construction crew came and spent the day Sunday covering that up and boarding it up very securely. Protesters have a time or two tried to pull the plywood off in order to start bonfires with it, and for the most part they're unable to get any of this stuff off. They built it pretty tight this time. And then the next day, Monday, they came in and painted it. It's a really thick waxy paint, which I assume is a fire retardant. Trying to move my chat. It rolls up faster than I can read it. Forgive me, I'm moving my hands a lot right now. Oh, I can't move my chat on I can't scroll my chat at all on live on multi-stream. Yeah, most of this tagging isn't actually that good. Most of it's horrible. That's probably the most talented tagging on the front of the building here. facing south here. This is the Multnomah County Justice Center. The main entrance to the county services and the county courthouse is on the west side. That's over there where they're standing. And on the east side, around the back, is the entrance to the main central precinct for Portland Police Bureau. You see those are little peek holes that they flap open, and officers can look out, shoot smoke or stuff out. This panel here with the door in it, that whole panel there is actually an open area. It's about 10 feet wide, just an open air walkway normally that goes all the way from one end of the building to the other before you enter the building. And that has all been boarded up, and you can see a few more. You can see a few more peek holes every couple feet. And we'll pan back and get a wider shot here. So that. I have to get that gentleman sleeping on the steps there right now. It's even up on the upper balcony. That's all boarded off too. Usually that's an open area to look through. And this unique architectural building with all the poles and artsy stuff up front is the Edith Green Wendell Wyatt building. It was named the Obama Federal Building in I think 2013. Yeah, 2013. So there have been marshals deploying from here too recently. And this is the Terry Shrunk Plaza. So one thing, it's not really a secret, most people know it, but all this whole block area has tunnels going through. I think you can even drive cars between the buildings underneath the roads, underneath street level. So federal police are able to pop in and out of tunnels at different places, come out of different buildings. So just for the people coming in that weren't in here yesterday, I signed a few mods, basically just to keep people from spamming in here and to keep people from threatening in here. I prefer as much discourse back and forth from different angles and different perspectives as possible, so I don't want to censor people just because they get a little bit offensive. But if you start targeting people or directing attack or harassment towards people, I'll have to kick you out. So just try to act like adults, share your opposing opinions without verbally attacking either people or threatening people. So I like to keep this a place where all different ideas can be expressed and different kinds of people are in here to watch what's going on. So a couple more people sent me a little bit of donations last night. I appreciate that, you guys that did that. Portland Andy's hot dog crew sent me a donation. It sounded funny enough, not even knowing anything about that, but I'm sure there's a funny story behind the hot dog crew. Set up my stand for a still shot for a little bit. serious religious style chanting here. Hey, Isaac, Texas, how you doing, man? So you probably get a standby screen just for a second. I'm going to look at my other apps. Be just a couple seconds. My other apps. I'm doing a multi-stream for the first time tonight. Got Facebook and Twitch going, so I can't see my viewer count in the stream that I'm on right now. I was just checking that. Looks like about 130 something in Twitch and 5 in Facebook. I don't think my chat looks different today. I don't think that I can see anybody chatting from Facebook. If you are in Facebook, I'm doing a multi-stream for the first time tonight. Got Facebook. App glitch there. So if you are in Facebook, turn Facebook off, it's dead. Yeah, but I haven't been using Facebook, so I'm gonna give it a little bit and see if I get any traction in there. If not, I'll probably just turn it off later. If only for the fact that I don't like not being able to see my viewer count, and the chat looks weird. I can't scroll through the chat or anything. I don't like being able to read Facebook chat. So just for a test, if anybody is watching in Facebook and can hear me right now, go ahead and throw a couple chat comments up for me, please, and I'll see if I can see those and assume that you can't do it. I know it's a lame joke and they pulled it out way too many times already, but this seems like the perfect time for somebody to walk up and try to offer people Pepsis. Thank you, Bear and Skippy, for letting me know that. I appreciate that. I just can't see that chat in here right now.
No justice,
going to do my plug here real quick. If you guys are new to this channel or new to me, last night I caught live footage of gunfire that was shot off. Our car was having an altercation with some people here. It was not a car being accosted by the crowd and trapped. It was a car that was accosting the crowd. The driver was actually part of the protest earlier, here hanging out, partying and drinking. But they were menacing their car and driving through the area. Somebody threw something at their car. They stopped. There was a verbal altercation. It didn't break out into a physical fight. But as they drove off, they emptied a revolver straight into the air at this intersection right here in front of me. You can see my clips in this Twitch. It will show that little video. Or you can check out my Twitter, and that'll be on there as well. I clipped it so it repeats a little bit, and that's on my YouTube as well. So I'm going to shout out my social media. I'm Villain Phoenix. So I got Twitter is at Villain Phoenix. It's at Villain_Phoenix. At Villain_Phoenix. Facebook is The Villain Report. YouTube is Villain_Phoenix. That is where I have the footage of the live video from Chop, the active shooter that happened last week and a half ago. And then I also have the Twitch that you guys are on. And then if you need to send me a file or get a hold of me for something else other than those, I have thevillainreport@gmail.com. So those are on my social media. I've been documenting these protests, demonstrations, and riots for more than a month now. I've been up to Seattle a few times, but mostly I've been focusing my attention on Portland. And so if you're able to help me financially or any other way to keep this citizen journalism going on, I'm trying to... Originally started this because I didn't like to see the spin the mainstream media was putting on. They just weren't documenting what I was seeing happen on the ground, so I started doing it myself. Just started streaming about a week ago, so if you're able to help, PayPal is thevillainreport@gmail.com. Venmo is at Villain Phoenix. That's at Villain_Phoenix for Venmo. And then Cash App is $ Villain Phoenix. And Patreon is Villain_Phoenix. Nobody uses Patreon yet, but anyway, if anybody wants to donate, help me, that's great. I'm also looking for artists and graphic artists that want to help my cause. Do some lettering and art for me, logo art and that sort of thing. And again, this is not just me. Like, obviously I have a dog in this game and I want attention drawn to me, but please, if you're interested in really knowing what's going on and interested in ending the spin and the manipulation that the mainstream media has been doing for so long, find an independent journalist, a citizen journalist that you like, that you trust, and help them out. Help them out if you can. Get a hold of them, send them information that they might not have, give them tips on where to go video or things that are going down. Help them put pieces of the puzzle together. If you have computer, camera, video editing, any type of equipment like that, and you don't need, you can donate it to citizen journalists of your choice. They'll very, very much be able to use that kind of stuff. And as always, if you can help us out financially, that enables us to spend more time doing this stuff. Everybody does have to have a day job and make money to support themselves. So it's nice to be able to devote more time to doing this sort of thing. Anyways, that's the end of my little spiel there. No, you haven't missed anything, Admiral Lowell's. There's nothing happening yet. It's been this for about as long as I've been streaming right now. 35 minutes. Yeah, I need a gimbal pretty bad. Money's tight right now. I'm working on that. First priority is another camera or another streaming device, so I can stream off of one and record and photograph on the other one. I'm looking into different devices. I think a GoPro that I can mount on myself might be the best idea, but I might just go for a second smartphone. Wow. She's not relaxed. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to interview the dancer, and I'm not sure that person is in a state of verbal ability at the moment. everybody keeps making comments or asking about whether this is dying or not. Overall, in Portland, there are very, very few numbers. It does keep waving up and waving down, so we do still have a couple big events, but nothing like a month ago. From what I see online, Seattle still has bigger waves. Like when they march up there, it seems to be a bigger crowd than is demonstrating down here. Another thing affecting the Portland protest, the last few days I've been seeing chatter online. The police jurisdictions in the area in Portland have started releasing security footage from different areas and asking the public to identify people on those cameras. The federal building, the federal police made some serious arrests the other day, about at least 7 people, and those people are going under federal crimes. And that's, I believe that they're not going to be able to have a light-handed approach on that because it's feds and not local politicians that have been going light on this kind of thing. But so they're starting to put a lot of legal pressure onto the protesters that they haven't been doing before. So there's some serious charges being pushed. People are getting arrested and actually facing charges and not just getting dismissed and released. But the police jurisdictions are starting to push back a little bit, and they've been keeping their hands off of certain things until now. All right, I'm going to pop out for about 30 seconds to a minute. Probably going to shut down the Facebook thread in a little while. I don't know how long this takes for me to pop back in, but I will probably shut down the Facebook thread in a little while. I'm not really getting more than a few people on there, and it's taking some of my features away on this app that I'm using. Like I can't scroll through the chat. The chat is covering my entire screen, and I can't see how many people are watching while I'm streaming on Facebook and Twitch. So probably going to shut Facebook down here in a little bit. Oh my goodness. The dancer is getting naked. I can't put that on Twitch. I'll get okay. I'll put my pod up on a quick, easy swivel so I can turn away from that if that happens again. Yeah, that was a full-on frontal there. Just barely kept it off the camera. Muff and everything, so it was a sneak attack. Definitely a female. Full muff. Kind of feel bad that person didn't in the center of the camera, but that's it's the center of the event right now because they're obviously very mentally unsettled. I would assume methamphetamines or crack or something is involved, but it's sad. Somebody told me earlier, one of my mods informed me that Twitch doesn't allow any violence or people getting hurt or blood or gore allowed on their streams. So glad I was told that because I did not know that. And that stuff can happen at these events sometimes. Somebody tell me that story because I heard about that, but I haven't really been following too much up on stuff lately because I've been kind of overwhelmed with all the negativity. But what was apparently the protesters set a building on fire in Portland while it was occupied and put people's life at risk. I don't know how much of that was sensational reporting or skewed interpretation of the event, but who knows about that event? I'm about to interview that guy.
No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
Hey, yo, bro. Hey, bro. Hey, guy with the beard. Can I interview you for my live stream?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah, I
Hey.
don't know what you were telling me. I'm kind of new. I just got out of prison, so I don't know.
All right. I'm Villain Phoenix. I got a live stream going. I got 100 people or maybe 200. I'm not sure in here.
Right?
Are you just walking through, or are you here because of the
I
protest?
support this. I believe this.
Yeah?
It's just out of control, completely out of control.
The police are out of control.
The police are out of control. It's basically so I can see.
I'm gonna get a little closer to you so I can get you in the shot and I can hear you better.
It seems to me like they're bullies.
The police?
They grew up and now they got badges and guns and they just push us all around.
Yeah.
So no matter what we do, they throw you in the mud. They don't care. They don't care about you.
All right.
They're just beating us up. They don't care. They don't care for white, black, brown. They don't care. So, but yeah, it's way out of control. They're shooting little kids with toy guns and getting away with it.
Yeah.
They're going in wrong houses and killing people that are black and getting away with it. They're killing black crazy people from mental institutions and getting away with it. So everything is all. Yes, they have to stop.
For perspective, can I ask a little bit about your background?
Yes. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
so you said that you just got out of prison.
Yes.
Can you tell us about that? What were you in there for? How long for? Are you from the
Yeah.
Pacific Northwest?
Yeah, I did a life sentence at Oregon State Penitentiary.
Well, you obviously got out of a life sentence.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I did 38 years. I went in 1982 and I came out in 2020.
So you'd have been around late 30s, early 40s when you went in? Is that what I'm guessing?
I was 21 when I went in. I'm
21.
60, I'm
Okay, your
61 now.
beard makes you look a little older.
Okay,
Has
thank
a
you.
little rough beard.
Right.
Yeah. So you went in, you were 21. What'd you go in for?
Murder.
Oh, yeah? Here in the Pacific Northwest?
Yes.
Can you tell us what happened in that?
It was a bad murder. It something bad wouldn't happen, and the guy got killed.
So you're just flat out guilty on it?
Yes, I was.
All right. Have you changed?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Yeah?
Yes, I have.
I see you got the upside down cross on your cheek.
Yeah,
Is that
right.
anything you hold today?
It doesn't mean anything right now.
Okay.
The only thing that matters now is Black Lives Matter.
All right.
Every life matters, and the police are out of control, and we can't stop them. They say that they got compliance, okay, but they cover their name tags.
Uh-huh.
So they're not complying with us. They're not helping us.
Huh.
They really let us be us.
Wow.
Stop being bullies.
What was 38 years in prison like?
38 years in prison was horrible.
Where were you located at?
OSP, Oregon State Penitentiary.
Yeah. Is that down in Salem?
And OSCI and Snake River.
Oh, wow.
So we had a little jump around, but
What were the race relations like in prison? Pretty segregated?
it was segregated, but
Yeah.
everybody got along.
Segregated by the prisoners or by the prison?
Pretty much by the both.
Yeah?
Both.
So-
It's kind of like an ongoing thing.
Oh, yeah?
But it doesn't have to be. I mean, it's we get along. We know that the police they're just beating us up. There's nothing we can do.
People that are young and angry today, what would you give them as advice to not go down the path that you went down at 21?
Always have an open mind and think very clear about what you're doing.
Yeah?
Always. And please don't go to prison.
Yeah. I hope they don't. So what's your next step now that you're out?
My next step is to be free. Help with the protests that I can help with.
Yeah?
Kind of just that's about it.
Okay. Or there's a saying, I don't know how soon you got out, or if you got out in the middle of all this, the coronavirus and this riots, and if it's just crazy dystopia world, but there's a saying, and it's probably spray painted on the wall here somewhere. I don't see it right off, but ACAB, it's all cops are bastards. Do you think that all cops are bastards?
I didn't hear you. Do you think what?
There's a saying that they use for these protests, ACAB. It's all cops are bastards. Do you think that all cops are bastards?
No.
No?
No. I think they get corrupted.
Yeah.
I think a guy can go in there with a really good attitude, and I think he can go in there and really want to help the community and the people around him.
Uh-huh.
But as the job goes, he ends up turning.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really care. And it seems like they don't care. Some care, some don't care. And it's hard. It's really hard for let's say if I was a cop and I was a cop and I cared.
Yeah.
And my partner didn't care.
Yeah.
Eventually, I would ride with my partner.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening with the police, I think.
Interesting. How were you treated in prison by the guards?
Some was good, some was bad.
Yeah.
So some treated you like a human being, and the others treated you like a dog. It's just how that works.
So you've been in prison for almost 4 decades, so you might not, I don't know if you watched a lot of movies in there, but in your opinion, is prison as bad in America as they make it out in the movies?
Yeah, they're locking up everybody for everything.
Well, I mean, inside prison, do you get assaulted and beat up and death threats and sexually assaulted? Is that a big stuff that happens a lot in prison?
It happens.
Yeah?
All that happens.
Yeah?
But only if you put yourself in them situations.
Okay, that's what I was wondering, because some portrayals of prison in America, they make it seem like that's just inevitable for everyone.
No, if you put yourself in that situation, of course you're going to have a problem.
All right. If you need to dip out, just let me know anytime. I'm going to keep asking you your interesting point of view. So, did you have to join a gang in there?
No, but they are there.
Yeah. So you got by without doing it.
It's not right. It's not like mandatory that you do that.
Uh-huh.
But they eventually came in and took over their yard.
All right.
And that's how that is. But you don't have to join a gang. You just gotta respect them. Just be respectful.
People. Okay.
That's all.
All right. Here's an interesting question. So there's no death penalty in Portland, Oregon, right now. Was there a death penalty when you got sentenced?
No, it didn't come in until 1984. I went in 1982.
All right. Would you most likely be dead today if there was a death penalty?
No, they stopped. They would not execute people. And the thing about it is, I would have been on death row had they had it, but they didn't have it. But they don't kill people in Oregon. They don't want to.
Yeah. So are you thankful for that?
I'm very thankful for that because now I get to walk the streets again, and I never thought I would.
Yeah.
After 38 years, it's very exciting. Everything's good. I wish I could stay longer, but I'm on a curfew. I have to be in at 10. I want to help.
Okay.
But I can't help.
All right, I understand that. I don't want to keep you off your curfew.
I want to. I think it's important that everybody. I think we get unity.
So what kind of work are you doing, or are you looking for? What kind of?
I don't do any work right now.
You don't do?
No,
well,
Social Security.
do you have any?
I've been in business so long.
Oh, because you're in in your 60s.
61. I'm 61 now.
Wow. Okay. So you got any ideas of what you're gonna do to keep your time busy, or create a hobby,
No,
get a career just for fun or anything?
Not really. Right now, I'm just sightseeing, seeing Portland.
Just enjoying being free for a minute?
Enjoying the air.
All right.
Enjoying the scenery.
All right.
Yeah.
What can we call you?
Well, my name's Lloyd.
Lloyd. Okay, Lloyd. Thanks for the interview. I appreciate your thoughts. I hope
I hope I helped you.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just trying to get different perspectives from everybody and just trying to share different points of views. One of my big beliefs is that nobody in society talks to the other side very much anymore. So I'm just trying to create dialogue so everybody will understand each other a little bit more. Yeah,
it would be good. Communication is very important.
Yes, sir.
Very, very important. If everybody would talk, and if you talk, you can get it worked out. But if you don't talk, you'll never work it out.
Yeah. All right, man. You have a good night and enjoy your freedom, and I hope you enjoy your second chance.
I will.
All right. Good luck to you.
Right on. Thank you.
Thanks, Jays. Get a little flirty there. What's up, girl? So that was a cool little interview. He genuinely seemed to be.
Oh my God.
Oh man, look at her. Look at that. What's going on there? But anyways, that Lloyd seemed to be genuinely wanting to lead a good life from here. I don't know what kind of person he was before prison, but seems to be pointed in a good direction. You know, actually, I ran up to interview that guy because I saw his tats, I saw his beard, and he kind of walks like... at that age, you usually walk more relaxed, but he walked like he had strength still, and like he worked out, or... anyways, I thought he was like a far-right guy, and so I wanted to go get his point of view. "38 years, man. Man, most people are retarded when they're in their early 20s. 21 years old, man, kill somebody. Whew. That's tough, man. Going to prison at 38 years. That sentence would probably push people close to insanity to be facing life at 21 years old. That's crazy. D74 said he did 4 days and he's half retarded. So, Villain, hey, Squishy, how you doing? Stay safe out there, and thank you. Yeah, he seemed like a pretty good guy. Seemed happy and reasonable. Seriously, 38 years. Like, I know it's just whatever, but what I'm thinking is, like, you're faced with 38 years, or you're actually life. You're faced with life. You're probably thinking you'd rather die. You know, like that's horrible. In a cage for your whole life. That is scary to think about. Thank you, Satan. I like that Marilyn Manson album. Some of the songs on that. Released at that time were pretty good. I don't really like everything about Marilyn Manson, but I can't deny he's got some good music. Yeah, 38 years. That's crazy.
We won't back down!
Gandalf. I thought he had the ZZ Top look. Hey man, how you doing? I'm doing a live stream. You want to do an interview and give your thoughts out to the internet? No? Okay. Thanks, man. is this guy kind of taking care of her, or what's going on? I saw her trying to grind him off the road a second ago. Billy Gibbons. All right, I'm gonna take a break real quick, just about a minute. I'm gonna see how many followers are on Facebook. If there's not very many on there, I'm just gonna shut that down, and I'm gonna shut the Streamlabs down and just reopen it back up to take away all these glitches that multi-stream is causing. So I'll be back in just a moment. I'm gonna come back up here in a second. So I just came back in here a second before I shut the Facebook down. I know a couple people are watching in Facebook, but there's not enough for me to keep Facebook going on with the glitches it's causing. So I'm gonna come back up here in a second. So I'm gonna make sure that let this catch up real quick. All right, guys. So if you're watching on Facebook, please try to check me out on Twitch. If you're on your phone, it's a pretty easy app to download real quick. It doesn't take much to get it started. Or you can check it out on your desktop. But I'm going to close Facebook down because it's causing me some glitches, and there's not very many people watching there. So I'm going to close everything down and open it right back up.